Hello, everyone, and welcome to week 3. I'm so excited to meet with you and see you all this week. So I'm really looking forward to our first Zoom session. But before we get into that, I want to make sure that we go over the week 3 module overview and just get right into all the things that we have to cover for this week. So last week, we spent a lot of time really crafting and thinking about our body and reading the body and the outlining chapter. And so this week, we are going to once again dive into really, really important concepts that are going to be helpful for your success, not just for the introduction speech, but for all of the speeches in general. So make sure that you are paying attention to these specific concepts because they are going to be your guide for this week. So, hidden gem number 1. These are very important concepts, and in order for you to do well in this course, you need to fully understand the concepts for this in this week's module. So, uh, in order to be successful in this course, you need to understand the concepts in this week's module. That is hidden gem number 1. But this week we are having our Zoom run through meeting. It is a meeting that is scheduled for a run through and a check in. We are not going to be presenting our introduction speech. We have that later during week 5. So the week of September 18th, we will get into those actual presentations. So this first Zoom meeting is to really just dive in to doing mic checks, video checks. It is a required meeting. We are going to be doing a quick icebreaker. So I want to make sure that if you haven't done so already, please sign up for the Zoom run through meeting. It is a required meeting. As you can see, some of you have already started to sign up. But if you haven't signed up, there's still some room in the first session, in the second session, and in the third session. So you have to meet one of these sessions. I know it's about an hour long. We might just meet for about 30 minutes, do a quick icebreaker, just check in, meet each other. But we'll get through it as quickly as we can. However, it is a required meeting. So make sure that you sign up for one of the scheduled meeting. So by the end of module 3, you'll know how to use Zoom because we are going to look at Zoom through the module, but we're also going to actually meet on Zoom and do kind of a trial run of Zoom. You're going to identify and incorporate the elements of an effective introduction, identify and incorporate the elements of an effective conclusion, compose a formal written outline that reflects a fully developed, logically structured, and unified oral presentation. And we're going to do that by learning how Zoom works, how to download Zoom. We're going to get into a Zoom session page and we're going to attend our first formal Zoom meeting. You're going to watch this video to really just break down everything that we need to talk about. And then you're going to read chapter 9, read chapter 11, check out the student example. So as you can see, we have a lot that's due this week. So I want to make sure that that we cover these through all of these step by step. So first, let's get into the hidden gems. Make sure that you complete the hidden gems, that you submit those. They are due Sunday at 11:59 p.m. So make sure that you write all of the hidden gems down. The next thing is that you read chapter 9 and chapter 11. 9 and chapter 11, these are imperative for your success. That was hidden gem number 1. So make sure that you know these concepts thoroughly. So I have also posted the speech 1 outline, an example of an outline so that you can really look at it, understand it, get a sense of what I am expecting you to submit for that final submission of your outline for the introduction speech. So please look at Jamie's. We've already seen her presentation. We did some peer reviews on her presentation, and now we get to see what that outline looks like. It is exactly formatted as I want it formatted. So just be mindful that you are paying attention to that. Let's go back here before I get into that. So let's go back to the modules. I want to just quickly, before I get into that section. So once you've signed up for a for the Zoom meeting, you can actually join our first Zoom meeting here. So on Wednesday, which is our first meeting, if you signed up to meet on Wednesday, 3:30 to 4:30, you're going to click this link and it'll take you directly to the meeting, the Zoom meeting. So please don't join it until the meeting, the day of that you're scheduled to attend the meeting. So if that be Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. So this is the link. It sends you directly to that. As you can see earlier, it sent me and prompted me to open and join the meeting. You hit yes, join the meeting. So just being really mindful of that. Complete all of this Zoom prep. This is going to be really helpful before joining that first meeting. So I would complete all of this before joining that first meeting. So hidden gem number 2, complete all of the Zoom prep. So make sure that you've done the Zoom sign up, the Zoom how to, and a test meeting before coming to our first required meeting. Now, I do want to talk about outlining, so please take the quizzes. They are 30-minute quizzes. Make sure that you read, you take notes prior to jumping into those quizzes. But I do want to get into that outlining because there is a very specific structure that I want you to follow for this outline. So hidden gem number 3, follow the instructions for the assignment sheet and not the textbook. So even in your textbook, when you go into chapter 12 on outlining, there are different forms of outlines that they cover, right? So we have the working outline, the full sentence outline, and the speaking outline. So for the introduction speech, we're not doing a working outline. We're not doing a full sentence outline. We are doing a speaking outline. And so there's several instructions on how to create the speaking outline, but even in the textbook, it really says follow the instructions from your instructors. So hidden gem number 3, follow the instructions from the assignment sheet and not the textbook. So make sure that you read this thoroughly. There is a format that I want you to follow. After you've read this, you can compare that to Jamie's, and that will help you structure and write your outline, because you will be turning the draft of your outline in this week for a peer review and discussion board submission. So I want to make sure that you understand that you read this assignment sheet, follow these instructions, and make sure that the draft for the discussion post is posted there. I do want to note that even though this assignment is available, this is just the assignment sheet. So we're not submitting anything into this assignment here just yet. We are just submitting our draft to the discussion board post. So just be mindful of that. All right, so let's get back to that module. After you have read the outlining, the directions for the outlines, we have, so before I get into anything else, your hidden gem number 4 is that your outline should be a speaking outline, not a full sentence outline. So for this assignment, for the introduction speech outline, you are required to submit a speaking outline and not a full sentence outline. So that is hidden gem number 4. All right, so I want to talk about the big assignments that we have this week that are going to take a lot of your time. So I want to make sure that you get into them as soon as you can and that you ask all of the questions if you have questions, because I want to make sure that we get all of this done on time and correctly. So the first assignment that you have is the discussion board, and this is really focusing on outlining. You're going to be submitting, you're going to create a rough draft of an outline, and I want the rough draft to be as complete as you can possibly get it. If you submit an outline that it has 3 bullet points, there's not some evidence of time, effort spent on it. There's no peer review that can be done. So I want to emphasize that you need to make sure that you put an effort into these outlines. So even though they're drafts, we want to make sure that we are putting as much effort and time into them. So you're going to submit your rough draft outline. You're going to attach it as a Google Doc, Word doc, or PDF. And then as a comment to your assignment, so you're going to write a few sentences letting your classmate know what you're worried about or unsure of in this rough draft of your first speech. So the initial post is due on Sunday, and then your peer replies are due Monday. So I want to make sure that you note that you have to reply to 2 peers. I've been getting a lot of submissions for discussion boards with no peer review, no peer replies. So that is a big portion of your grade. It counts for almost half of your grade for a discussion board post. So hidden gem number 5 is that you need to be sure to reply to 2 different classmates for the discussion boards. So hidden gem number 5, reply to 2 different classmates by Monday to receive the most amount of points, right? So I'm seeing a lot of initial posts, but not any replies, and that is a requirement for this course. So here's just some guidelines and making sure that we are being respectful and constructive for your classmates. Everyone is learning, so just be mindful of the work. So we are all working for the same goal, to be specific and constructive. All right, the last assignment that I want to talk about is the most important assignment because there's a lot of components to it. So you are going to be creating a first peer review assignment where the peer reviews are assigned for you. So in the discussion board where you push your draft of your outline, you're going to be peer reviewed, but it is just going to run as a discussion board post. In this one, however, you are going to be assigned 2 peer reviews. And so before you are assigned the peer reviews, you need to submit the assignment on time. So hidden gem number 6, you have to submit this peer review assignment on time by Sunday to be able to complete the assignment. If you do not post, you will not be able to peer review. So your initial post will answer all of these 7 questions. So please number them. Please write out full complete sentences. Make sure that they are, if you're writing out your preview, it's a full complete preview. Your thesis statement isn't confused for a preview statement. So making sure you know the difference between the two, that you have full complete sentences of these questions. So after you've submitted your assignment on Sunday, you will respond to 2 assigned peer reviews. However, there's a catch. If you say are really excited for this assignment and you complete it tomorrow, Tuesday, first things first, by the end of the day, you submitted Tuesday, you will not be assigned a peer review until Monday around 2 in the morning. That's just how the system works. So you have time to work on it. You have until Sunday to work on this assignment, but you do need to submit it by Sunday. And then on Monday, you will have your peer review. So on Monday, you'll be able to see who you've been assigned to. It'll give you a flag of who you've been assigned to, and then you'll be able to complete those peer reviews. If you don't know how to complete a peer review in Canvas, please select this link. It'll take you and provide you directions on how to complete peer reviews. Another really important note and hidden gem number 7 is no peer review equals a 0 for the assignment. So say that you submit an initial post and you just are really busy on Monday and can't complete those peer reviews by Monday at 11:59. You will automatically receive a 0 for the assignment. So no half credit, no partial credit if you do not complete the 2 peer reviews for the people that you've been assigned to, you will receive a 0 for this assignment. So I want to make sure that you not only complete the assignment by the due date on Sunday, but you also complete the peer reviews by Monday at midnight. So those peer reviews will be assigned to you at 2 a.m. When you wake up in the morning, they'll be up there live for you to see. So you have an entire day to work on those peer reviews. So that is just so that the people who are working really diligently at their assignments, that they get the peer reviews and that you also get the peer reviews after you've submitted this assignment. So please make sure that you have submitted your assignment by Sunday so that you can be assigned a peer review and that you complete a peer review. All right, so that was a lot. But that is the end of module 3. That is all you need to do for this week. That's what you need to complete. I look forward to meeting with you during our Zoom run through. Make sure you bring a picture so we can do a quick icebreaker, a picture that's meaningful to you. I will also be bringing a picture, and it's just a quick check-in and see how everyone's doing and how familiar we are all with Zoom. So if you have any other questions, please send me an email, send me a chat. I can schedule some time to meet with you and just run some of this information by you once again. But that's it for this week. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week.